Hey, welcome back. This is BDJ Gaming, and we're going to be doing the Athletics. I almost said Oakland. The Athletics. We got three teams remaining: the Athletics, Rangers, and Mariners. The Angels. It was something else with that team. We did not make the playoffs in all three seasons. That was not a very fun time with that team. But now we have their division rival, the Athletics. Now, this is a team that's had a bad regular season in real life. They've just not been able to perform well. There's been a lot of complaints about their ballpark. They did go out and pay Luis Severino a lot of money, but he already seems like he's not happy there. So he'll be our ace. And he had a great year with the Mets last year. He signed for the rest of the franchise if we choose to keep him, which, I mean, at this choice, at this point, I mean, we don't really have a lot of options in the rotation. J.P. Sears, guy who's been around for a while, 29 years old, a few years of arbitration left. We got Mitch Spence, 26 years old, B potential. Jeffrey Springs, who they got in the offseason from Tampa Bay, who is also signed for 3 more seasons. Joey Estes. And then you look through, they got Luis Medina, who they got from the Yankees a few seasons ago, has had an up and not really a great tenure so far in Oakland. And then you look through the prospects, not any top prospects in the pitching department, the starting pitching. You have Tyler Ferguson, top reliever. The bullpen looks like a complete mess. I mean, they got some B potential players, but man, this bullpen. Jose Leclerc, who was with the Rangers his whole career, now with Oakland, signed a 1-year deal. We could look to move him if we really struggle. Osvaldo Bido, another guy who's been in the big leagues a few seasons, but nothing really crazy. And you look at the prospects again. No B level prospects there. And you look at the closer. Mason Miller is our prize gem right now, and he's signed till 2030. I don't see us moving him because we got to try to make the playoffs. This guy's phenomenal. There's been a lot of rumors about the Oakland, there I go again. The Athletics moving him, but it hasn't happened. Catcher, you got Shea Langoliers, who's really turned into a great power hitter for them. They got him in a few seasons ago. And either the Matt Olson trade, I believe. And you got Daniel Susak. And then really no top catching prospects. You got Tyler Solstrom, who's really turned to a great power hitter as well. Nick Kurtz as well, guy with some pop. And then you look at second base, you got Zach Geloff, who's currently injured. We'll add him to the 40-man. Luis Arias, a guy who's always had a little bit of pop. The Athletics just don't have a lot of top prospects. I mean, it's tough. You got Max Schumann at third base. Third base looks like it's something we're definitely going to have to try to improve. Shortstop, you got Jacob Wilson. This guy's going to be an absolute stud. Not much power, but man, he can put the bat on the ball with his bat-to-ball skills. 99 contact. They got some young shortstops in the organization, but no B potentials. Miguel Andujar, left fielder, was really playing well for them last year until he got hurt. Hopefully he can produce. He is a free agent after the year, so if we're struggling, another guy we can look to move. Center field, we got J.J. Bleday, who's had an up-and-down tenure with the A's so far. He did have 20 home runs last year. Denzel Clark, a guy who's made a lot of spectacular catches. I think they put the image of him making that spectacular catch as his pitcher on here, which is dope. And then you look at right field, you have Brent Rooker, who's one of the best power hitters in the game. They gave him that extension. And then you have Lawrence Butler, another guy they gave a really team-friendly contract to. And again, this team has like literally no tradable prospects that are going to get you a lot in return. So trades are going to be really tough for this team. They have a lot of talent on the offensive end. They have a lot of young players. Really, pitching is going to be what we really focus on with this team, I think, first, because they just don't have a lot of good pitching in this organization. So I might look through some early trades, free agency, see if there's any early moves we can make, and I'll let you guys know. We're going to get Junior Caminero from the Tampa Bay Rays, a guy who's 21 years old, got some pop, really has came onto the scene this year and made an impact for the Rays. We're going to trade Denzel Clark, who's an extra outfield. We got a lot of outfield depth. Max Sheeman, who's going to be replaced by him, guy who's expandable on this roster, and J.P. Sears, they had a lot of interest in. Now, it hurts our rotation to get rid of J.P. Sears. We also add a third baseman for now and in the future. And another trade we're going to make before the season starts, we're going to get Tyler Miguel from the Mets, and he has 3 years left on his deal if you count arbitration. We're going to trade Max Muncy, who's one of our okay prospects, C-level. Luis Medina, who's our only B really prospect, if you consider him a prospect at this point. The Mets have a lot of interest in him, though, so we're going to include him. And we're also going to include Robert Puason, who's a second baseman, 22 years old. So we give them a pretty solid haul for Tyler Miguel, who steps in our rotation with Luis Severino and helps us out. We're going to accept this trade from the Cardinals. Jojo Romero, who has another year of arbitration left after this season, He's having a really good season so far, 1.64 ERA. For Jose Leclerc, who's been okay this season, a free agent after the season. So we get really another year of arbitration for JoJo Romero. Here's how our first draft went. We ended up drafting in the first round Bradley Denton, starting pitcher. We need some pitching prospects in this organization, so we went with him. We also got William Yamazaki, who's also a starting pitcher, 18 years old. Pretty good numbers, but again, with the Angels, the way that organization went last franchise video, I thought I drafted some really good players, and they ended up turning into bust. So we'll have to see how this one goes. David Thomas, third baseman. I know we got Caminero, but we also need some just any prospects in this team right now. Cy Ortiz, we're really depleted on relief pitching. Add him to the organization. Mark Lyon, right fielder. And then we got Eddie Montez. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it, Montez. Relief pitcher. Then we got Aaron Gelman, first baseman. So we draft a variety in this one. We are at our first trade deadline. We're sitting 3 games back. This has been a very weak division. Mariners with a 3-game lead on us, 4-game lead on the Rangers and Astros. So it's going to be a very close division. We look at the wild card. We're 1.5 games back of that. So we definitely got a chance in this. And there's a lot of teams within distance of us too. So it could go either way. Let's say everybody's been performing. So Lawrence Butler's having a fantastic start to his season, or really first half of the season. 22 home runs, 49 RBIs, due for a career year this year. I mean, he has been fantastic. Miguel Andujar, 14 home runs, 44 RBIs. He's not having really like a great season, but we have gotten a lot of trade offers for Andujar. Again, free agent to be. Do we keep him? Do we trade him? Definitely got to debate that. Jacob Wilson's been fantastic as well. 23 home runs, 65 RBIs. He has been like on a roll. Junior Caminero, our trade acquisition, hitting .292 with 22 home runs and 62 RBIs. Tyler Stolzman's been really good as well. 17 home runs and 50 RBIs. Brent Rooker has been solid. 16 home runs, 44 RBIs, hitting .265. Zach Geloff with 23 home runs so far. A lot of guys having career years, so it don't seem like the offense is the problem. Shea Langoliers hasn't been that good, though. We could definitely use him hitting for more power, only 9 home runs. And then JJ Bleday hasn't really provided a lot offensively either. So really the lineup overall, I don't have a lot of complaints about. There are a few guys like Bleday, Langoliers, and Andujar who could be better. But overall, I mean, we got a lot of guys playing well. Nick Kurtz, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs, hasn't really done a whole lot. Luis Arias, I'm not mad at that. Like, free agent to be, not bad numbers off the bench at all. Nick Martini, we ended up calling up. He has not provided a lot. And Austin Wins, backup catcher, not doing a whole lot. So, we could use another bench bat if we do go out and get somebody. That definitely could be something we look to get. So let's take a look at the pitching side. Tyler Miguel, our 2 trade acquisitions before the season started have paid off mightily. 8-7, 3.25 ERA. He's pitching great. Luis Severino's been okay, 4.28 ERA, 4-8 record. Mitch Spence has been awesome, 7-3, 3.30 ERA. Jeffrey Springs has been great as well, 7-6, 3.27 ERA. And then Joey Estes, for a 5th star to have an ERA just over 4, you'll take that. So the starting rotation's been better than what I thought it would be. A lot of ERAs that are lower than what I expected. We have Hogan Harris, not bad at all. 4.08 ERA as a long relief pitcher. Michael Atenes, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's been fantastic, 2.77. JoJo Romero, another trade acquisition, has been great this year, 2.58. Tyler Ferguson's been, you'll take those numbers, 4.19 ERA. Dylan Coleman has had a solid year as well, 4.19 ERA with him. Hans Kraus, the franchise cheat code, he always pitches well for me, 3.80. James Karinchak, if you guys are wondering, we just signed a few free agents. I forgot to mention that. Like, some of these guys, if you guys are like, where do these guys come from? Yeah, we got them in free agency. He's been okay in that setup role, 7-10 record. And then Mason Miller, honestly, has not been that good this year. ERA of 4.81, 7 blown saves, 26 saves. So, we definitely could use another reliever. Could we go out and get another starter? Absolutely. But I think our focus should be maybe a few bullpen arms and probably a bench bat. And I think we'll probably be good. So I'll go look through some trades and see what we can come up with, and I'll let you guys know if we make any moves. Ferguson, he is a free agent to be, so there's no long-term commitment here. He's having a great season, 2.87 ERA. We're going to trade Yerry Rodriguez, who we signed in free agency. He's pitched well in AAA this year, 3.14 ERA. And we're also going to trade them James Karinchak, who, gives the Pirates a replacement for him. No long-term commitment for them either. I mean, he has one more year left on his deal, so we had a reliever to our bullpen. We're going to trade for Andrew Nardi of the Marlins, 26 years old. Has been decent this year, 3.50 ERA. He's under club control for 3 more seasons after this. We're going to trade Clark Elliott, one of our C potential outfielders. We're also going to give them Dylan Coleman, who's not been bad for us, but Nardi's a much more improvement over him. And then Jack Cushing, who's a 28-year-old starting pitcher in our organization. Season is officially over. We had some award winners. Jacob Wilson wins AL Rookie of the Year. We end up finishing 82-80. We did not make the playoffs in our first season. We end up finishing 1 game out of a wild card. That hurts. I mean, that really hurts. We were close in our first season. Already had a better run than we did with the Angels in those 3 seasons in our first season. And we've got some work to do. So let's say everybody did in their first season of this franchise. Lawrence Butler, 28 home runs, 75 RBIs. Fantastic season for him. Miguel Andujar with 20 home runs. Now, this is a guy who's due for free agency. Do we look to bring him back after really his best season since 2018? We'll have to see because he's going to want a huge upgrade in pay. So we'll have to see how that goes. Jacob Wilson with 31 home runs, 92 runs driven in. Junior Caminero with 32 home runs, 92 RBIs. A lot of these young guys in our lineup are really showing that they're going to be elite, hopefully, in this franchise. Tyler Stolzstrom, you'll take that. 23 home runs, 81 RBIs at 276. Brent Rooker, down year overall for him compared to last year. Only 24 home runs compared to 39 and 30 the 2 years before. So hopefully he bounces back next year. Zach Geloff with 31 home runs, a career season for him. Shea Langeliers, down year for him as well. Hopefully he bounces back next season, 17 home runs. And then J.J. Bleday only had 12 home runs, 45 RBIs. But overall, our lineup was really impressive. I mean, we had a lot of guys with double-digit home runs, career years. Everybody had double digits in power, so that's what you like to see. Nick Kurtz, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs, didn't really provide a lot. Luis Arias, another guy who's due for free agency, 9 home runs for him. Colby Thomas didn't provide much in 7 games. And then Johnny Pareda didn't even play. So lineup-wise, overall, I'm satisfied with that. Tyler McGill in his first season with the A's really had a bad second half, 10-12, 4.68 ERA to finish the season. That is unfortunate. Luis Severino had a better second half, 3.73 ERA. So really about where his numbers were last year. Mitch Spence, you'll take those numbers, 11-6, ERA under 4. Jeffrey Springs, ERA under 4 for him as well, 12-9 record. And then Joey Estes with a 4.47 ERA, so had a bad second half as well. So really the rotation was a bright spot. Miguel obviously had a bad second half, but I am impressed with what we had out of the rotation. Michael Otenes, I mean, you'll take that, 4.10 ERA. Juan Rivera, who was one of our starting pitching prospects, not the greatest major league debut for him or first season. Jojo Romero was fantastic, 2-2 record, 2.54 ERA. Tyler Ferguson, you'll take that as well, very similar to last year, 3.69. Andrew Nardi was fantastic, definitely a good acquisition going forward, 2.97 ERA. Hans Cross, I mean, you'll take that, 3.46 ERA. Caleb Ferguson, we did re-sign him after we made the deal. Only $5 million per year for 2 years, so not really an outrageous deal. Hopefully he continues to pitch like he's capable of. And then Mason Miller just couldn't get it going this year. 34 saves, 8 blown saves, ERA of 4.10. We really need him pitching like Mason Miller from 2024. We're going to have any chance to even win a World Series in this franchise. So overall, what do we need to focus on? We need to get some better bench bats. I do think that's priority. At least bring in somebody who could, plug in case of injury. Because a lot of these guys on the bench right now, I don't really trust to really play when we have guys hurt. And then the bullpen, maybe add an arm to the bullpen. We'll see. I mean, we got a pretty solid bullpen right now. And then starting rotation, I mean, we could add one arm. Again, this is the Athletics. I ain't going to go out and sign Freddie Peralta like I did with the Angels or go out and spend. But, this team has said they're going to start spending a little bit more. I had said at the beginning of the franchise video, I'm not going to really spend a lot of money, but we don't really have the prospect capital to really get a big name to plug in this rotation. So I'll have to see how much money we have available to spend. Again, I'm not going to go spend money like the Dodgers with this team, but maybe spend a little bit more money than I said in the beginning of the video just because we don't have a lot of prospects to trade for an ace. So I'll have to see what's out there. I'm going to get to work. I'll see you guys start the second season. So about to get the second season underway. Hopefully we can make a playoff run this time. We made some moves. We didn't break the bank for any free agents, but we did sign a lot. Tyler Malley, 4-year deal. Is he an ace? No, but I do think he'll help out this rotation a lot. We have him, Miguel, and Severino, 1 through 3. Then we got Spence and Springs. So I think that's a very solid 1 through 5. We signed Hunter Harvey to help out this bullpen. Had a fantastic year in KC last year, .45 ERA, 2-year deal, $8.4 million per year. And then we also signed Matt Strahm. Didn't really think he was going to want to come here and play in Oakland, or I keep saying Oakland, with the Athletics, but he was fantastic as well last year too. 1.22 ERA, 1-year deal, $8.9 million. So this bullpen got a lot better. Then you have Mason Miller, who we hope to bounce back. We signed Elias Diaz to be our backup catcher. That was a weak position, and he's not going to be probably spectacular, but he's definitely an improvement over what we had. We also signed Jorge Mateo to be one of our utility guys off the bench. Just adds a better option for our bench. And I think that's all we added after that. I mean, we definitely focused on pitching more because our offense was not bad at all. Like we did re-sign Miguel Andujar. That was one move I said I was considering. There wasn't a lot of better left field options in free agency out there really to get. That was an improvement. I mean, he did have 20 home runs last year, so I don't know if he'll be able to replicate that, but he doesn't really need to if this lineup performs the way it's capable of. So let's get the second season underway. Hopefully it's a better season than the first one. Our second draft went. First round, we picked Darren Hitchcock, starting pitcher. Looks really good, but a lot of people I pick in this draft look really good, and they don't turn out overall wise. So we'll see. We got Roger Musial, catcher. A lot of potential. He's got really good future stats. We'll see how he pans out. Mark Crum, shortstop. Maurice Gilly, who's a starting pitcher. Ellis McCain, who's a third baseman. Ken Borowitz, who's a second baseman, and then Bernardo Benitez, relief pitcher, and then Jack Irving was our last pick as a right fielder. So we mixed it up a little bit, some position players, some pitching. Hopefully some of these guys turn out to be something this final season, next season. Division rival, Bryce Miller, A potential, 27 years old, 3.94 ERA on the year, is under club control for many more seasons. For Tyler Miguel, who hasn't had a good tenure with the Athletics so far that I'd hoped, and he's a free agent after next season. Not that it's going to matter anyways because the next season's our final season. But I do think this gives us a little bit more flexibility salary-wise, and Bryce Miller's been better this season. Trade deadline, and we were 1 game back a week ago, and we have really struggled in the last week. Mariners in first place, Astros 1.5 back. We're 6 games back, and then Angels 7.5 back. We look at the wild card standings. We're half a game back. So, again, if we go on a run, possibility, but there are a lot of teams within us in the wild card hunt. So we're going to have to see what moves we need to make. We take a look at the lineup. Lawrence Butler, not having as good of a season as he did last year at this time, but still 17 home runs, 48 RBIs. Miguel Andujar has had a solid year so far. I mean, 10 home runs, 29 RBIs, hitting 292. He's definitely made his home here with the Athletics. Jacob Wilson, down year power-wise, but you don't expect a lot of power from him. But he's hitting 313. Numbers are up from last year, so you love to see that. And then how about Junior Caminero? 27 home runs already, hitting 276, 524 slugging. Tyler Soderstrom, down year for him so far, 14 home runs, 38 RBIs, 244 average. Brent Rooker, good bounce back. I think he'll get back to that 30 home run mark, hopefully. 18 home runs, 54 RBIs. Zach Geloff, not having as good of a season as he was at this point last year either, but hopefully he ends up finishing at least 25 home runs. And then Shea Langoliers just hasn't hit so far in this franchise. Only 12 home runs, 36 runs driven in, 231 average. And then J.J. Bleday, somebody we're just going to have to get rid of and replace, maybe even at this trade deadline. Nick Kurtz has been a lot better. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs for him, hitting 269. Elias Diaz has provided really good production as our backup catcher, 286 average. Jorge Mateo has not been good at all off our bench. I really thought he'd at least give us some production, only hitting 135. And then Kobe Thomas has not provided a lot. So our lineup's definitely been worse than it was last year. A lot of guys really aren't having seasons like they were. And that was something I thought about. Like, okay, are a lot of these players going to be able to replicate what they did last season? And a lot of them haven't so far. And maybe that changes the last 2-3 months of the season. We take a look at the pitching. Tyler Malley has been a fantastic pickup. 3.10 ERA, 8-7 record. Bryce Miller, who we recently got in the trade, he's having a solid year as well. Luis Severino has just not been able to get it going. Maybe we look to move him and open up some money to sign somebody else in the offseason. That's a possibility. 4.43 ERA. Mitch Spence has been really a surprise in this franchise. Actually, not really. I mean, he's an 80 overall now. 3.90 ERA. And then Jeffrey Springs, another guy who we could look to move off of. Not having a great season. Joey Estez, been okay in that long relief role. Jojo Romero, who's a free agent to be, 2.75 ERA. He's definitely going to get his money in the offseason. Hunter Harvey has been lights out, 1.49 ERA. Caleb Ferguson, about where his career numbers usually are, around a 4 ERA. And then the other Ferguson, Tyler Ferguson, about similar numbers. Andrew Nardi has been fantastic, 2.42 ERA. Mason Miller has just not been good in this franchise so far, 4.61 ERA. And then we put Matt Strom in the closer spot, 2.80 ERA, 18 saves, 5 blown saves. So the bullpen has not been sharp like I thought it would be. I mean, there's not anybody whose ERA is like horrible, but it definitely could be a lot better than the rotation. There's a few names we could potentially move off their contracts and open up some cap space with Severino and Jeffrey Springs. So I could look to move one of those two guys. Maybe add a bullpen piece. Lineup, maybe center field. If there's a center fielder out there, we could try to get to replace J.J. Bleday. Those moves I'm going to try to make, so I'm going to get to it. Tigers, John Means, who's under contract for 2 more seasons, including this one, has been fantastic. 2.39 ERA this year. He's a lot cheaper than Severino. We're going to trade them Severino, who's making about $8 million more, has not pitched that good. Same age. And we're also going to throw in Eric Hogsett, who's a 24-year-old who's been really effective in AAA this year. We're going to make this deal. Lee from the Giants, who's hitting 311, 12 home runs, 45 runs driven in. We're going to trade them David Thomas, who was one of our draft picks last season. See potential, 18 years old, third baseman. We're also going to give them Miles Naylor, 20 years old, shortstop. These might be a few picks we actually had last year. And we're also going to give them J.J. Bleday, who just hasn't really been producing in this franchise. Season's over. We had some league leaders. John Means led the league in WHIP. We ended up making the playoffs. We finished second in the division, 7 games out. We ended up winning the wild card. So some of the moves we made pay off, and we ended up making the wild card round. Let's say everybody did, and let's get on this wild card series. So Lawrence Butler, not really too mad at his numbers, about where he's been in his career so far. 24 home runs, 68 runs driven in. Miguel Andujar, I mean, you can't be mad at that. I mean, 292. His numbers are up from last year. Like, the statistics are lower, but his average OPS and slugging's up. Jacob Wilson, another solid year. I mean, 288 average. I mean, his numbers are down a little bit, but, like, that's still a great season. How about Junior Caminero? I'll tell you what, I ain't going to lie to y'all. I didn't think he was going to put up these numbers when I traded for him. 42 home runs for this guy. 22 years old and putting up 42 home runs is insane. 32 home runs and 42 home runs. Like, this guy was a steal when it comes to trade acquisitions. Tyler Soderstrom, very similar to you to last year. Brent Rooker, just hasn't really been able to replicate 2024, but still has been productive, like 27 home runs, 76 RBIs. Jung Ho Lee gave us solid production, 16 home runs, 62 RBIs. And then Zach Geloff wasn't able to replicate last year, but still not like a horrible season. Shea Langoliers, about similar to last year with production. And then we look at the bench. Nick Kurtz, better than last year. Similar numbers, but up overall. Elias Diaz gave us great numbers as a backup catcher. 3 home runs, 13 RBIs, hit 267. Jorge Mateo just wasn't a good acquisition. We got him signed for another season, so we'll see if we move him. And then Ryan Ritter, another guy we signed the offseason, didn't play. And we take a look at the pitching. Tyler Maley's going to be pitching Game 1 in the Wild Card Series. 3.22 ERA, 12-9 record. Bryce Miller, 13-9, 3.41. John Means was fantastic, 15-6, 2.34 ERA. Mitch Spence gave us a solid season, 4.14, record. And then Joey Estez, 5.25. Jeffrey Springs got moved to the bullpen, it looks like, which is interesting. Let me try to fix the... Okay, so I look at the bullpen. Jeffrey Springs, I mean, he's definitely a guy we could look to move. He's just already declining in overall. Had a really down season. Juan Rivera, okay season. Only pitched 4 innings. Hunter Harvey was lights out. He's going to be a huge part of our bullpen in these playoffs. Caleb Ferguson, You'll take that. 3.49 ERA. Jojo Romero. ERA went up a lot in the second half, but still not a bad season. 3.52. Andrew Nardi, 3.18 ERA. Matt Strom, he's on a 1-year deal. Probably won't bring him back, but he's still going to be a big part of our pen in the playoffs. 2.94. Then Mason Miller had a better season, 3.80 ERA. So we're facing the Seattle Mariners, division rival in the wild card series. A team with very good starting pitching, as we all know. So this should be something in this series with the pitching. At home, Tyler Mahle on the mound. Gives up a leadoff single and a run, scores early thanks to Cal Riley. So it's 1-0 Seattle. Can we get to Brian Wu here? We score 3 runs in the first inning thanks to Caminero. He has just been incredible. Back-to-back walks, though. Bases loaded, and we get out of it. So what a job there by Tyler Mahle, who hasn't been as sharp as he usually is in this game. But neither is Brian Wu. So error, double play, solo shot by Rosarena gets him within 1 run. Tyler Mahle, maybe one more inning, 2-out triple. They tie the game. So 3-3. We're going to go ahead and go to our bullpen. We're going to go to Hunter Harvey to face the bottom of the order. 2-out walk, doesn't come around to bite him. Leadoff double by Wilson. They bring in Caleb Ort. Sack bunt, ground out, and a ground out. So we do not score. Maybe one more inning out of Harvey here. 2-out double, and runner gets thrown out. So luckily we get out of that. 2-out single, first and third, 2 outs, and we score a run thanks to Miguel Andujar. Jose Leclerc, who was with us a few seasons ago, gives up a single. So 3 runs have scored in the inning. Top of the 8th, we go to Matt Strom here. 1, 2, 3, 8th. Bottom of the 8th, Gregory Santos gives up back-to-back singles. We score a run. So we go to Mason Miller to close it out here, and he does just that. So we take game 1, 7-3. We're going to sim game 2, and we advance, and we face the Yankees in the first round of the playoffs. 102-win Yankee team. So this is going to be a dogfight. So we got John Means starting game 1. I ain't mad at that. He was arguably our best starter against Max Fried, a pair of lefties facing off. Both have 1, 2, 3 first innings. 3-run bomb by David Fry, and the Yankees take a 3-0 lead. That hurts. Max Fried gets out of a jam. John Means, besides that 3-run home run, has not been bad at all, but man, Max Fried has been just fantastic. He is shutting us down. First and third, we get a run out of the inning. Maybe one more inning out of Means here. He was good besides really that second inning. Max Fried gives up a solo shot to Brent Rooker, and it's a 3-2 ball game. We hit into a double play. We're going to go to Kayla Ferguson to face the bottom of the order, and we give up a 2-run bomb to Austin Wells. It's 5-2. Jake Cousins in the game. Gives up a leadoff single. Another single, and we get a fielder's choice. We go to Jojo Romero, and he is not looking sharp. Gets the pickoff and gets out of it. Top of the 9th, Mark Leiter Jr. closes it out, and the Yankees take game 1. David Fry with that clutch 3-run bomb in the second inning really was the deciding factor. Can we get back in this series at Yankee Stadium? We're going to go to Tyler Mahle here against Carlos Rodon. Gives up a 2-run bomb to former Yankee Miguel Andujar, and it's 2-0 Athletics. But we definitely need more than 2 runs. We're going to beat this Yankee team because this team can rake. Stanton. Okay. So we get 3 innings so far, 2 runs. Luckily, the error doesn't come back to bite us. There's a triple by Gello, drives in Lee, and it's 3-0. Middle of the order. Garrett Cole in the pitch out of the bullpen, which is in a 2-run bomb by Tyler Soderstrom. And it's 5-0. Tyler Mahle still in the game. Garrett Cole facing the top of the order. There's a double by Jacob Wilson. 2-run bomb by Caminero, and it's 8-0. And Mahle's in a great spot. We're in a great spot to tie up this series right now. Another run scores. Tyler Mahle still in the game. 2-run bomb by Stanton. We're going to go and put in Jeffrey Springs here. And he's in a little bit of a jam. 9-4, 9-6, and we were in a comfortable spot. And it has all changed. Phil Maton in the pitch. I thought he had a 1, 2, 3 inning. We're going to go to Matt Strom here. There's a 2-run bomb, and it is a 1-run game. We got to bring in Mason Miller right now. 9-8 game. We were up 9-0. We get a run back, luckily. Air. Can Mason Miller close it out against the middle of the order? 2 on, 2 out, and he gets out of it. So we luckily escape with a win in game 2. That was some luck right there. We almost blew a 9-0 lead. So we're in our home field here at Sutter Health Park. We're going to put Bryce Miller on the mound here at home. 1-2-3 first against Luis Gil. There's a 1-out double by Ben Rice. Doesn't come around to score. Yankees trying to make something happen. 2-run bomb by Nico Horner. And it is 2-0 New York. Bryce Miller trying to keep us in the game. Our offense has to pick him up a little bit. There's a walk, strikeout, single, and 1 run scores. And we're going to go to the bullpen. Juan Rivera here gets out of the bases loaded jam. And can our offense get us back in this game? That's the big question. Because the Yankees are hitting in this game. Luis Gil still in the game, middle of the order. 2-out single, another single, and a fly out. We're going to go to the bullpen. Jojo Romero here. Solo shot by Aaron Judge. It's 4-0 Yankees. And our offense just can't get going. We're going to go to Andrew Nardi here. 1-out double. Doesn't come around to score. Bottom of the 8th, solo shot by Lawrence Butler. Gets us something going. But that's all we got so far. We're going to go to Caleb Ferguson to face the top of the order. And he gives up a run. We're going to go to Jeffrey Springs, gets the final out. So bottom of the 9th, Phil Maton in the pitch. 1-out double, run scores, so it's 2-5. Shea Legalier strikes out and a ground out. So Yankees take a 2-1 series lead. And we go to game 4. Can we get this to a game 5 in New York? Our offense didn't really perform last game. We're going to go to John Means here, who struggled in his last outing against the Yankees. Well, then there's a 2-run bomb by Jazz. Leadoff double. Max Fried shut us down last game. He ain't doing it here in the first, so it's tied game. These two faced off in the last game. There's a double, strikeout, and a ground out. Leadoff single. Nico Horner hits into a fielder's choice and a double play. Max Fried, 1-2-3 third. Solo shot by Aaron Judge off of Jeffrey Springs. Looks like we had an injury, so that's not going to help. And there's a solo shot by Langoliers. Ties the game. Springs, maybe one more inning. Solo shot by Ben Rice. So we're going to go to Hunter Harvey here. Maybe give us a few innings. So 4-3 game. Leadoff single. Maybe one more inning out of Harvey. Walks back-to-back hitters. And the Yankees run themselves into some outs here. So top of the 7th. Matt Strom. We're going to put him in early to face the bottom of the order. 1-2-3 7th. Scott Efros in the pitch. 2-out single. Ground out. We're going to go to Jojo Romero. Leadoff walk, fly out, pop up. And we're going to bring in Mason Miller, and he gets out of it. So bottom of the 8th, Jake Cousins in the pitch. 1-out walk, fly out, and a fielder's choice. Mason Miller trying to keep the game close. He strikes out the side. And our season on the line. We got Jung Ho Lee walk. Zach Geloff strikes out. Lawrence Butler pops up, and Andujar grounds out. And our season is over. The Yankees take care of us in the series. Aaron Judge with that solo shot, and the Dodgers defeat the Tigers in the World Series. So we had some success in the second season. We made the playoffs. Unfortunately, we couldn't get past the Yankees, who won 100-plus games. But I do like at least we had some success in the playoffs, unlike the Angels franchise. So we got one final season to get it turned around. Now, I think we could use another starting pitcher, potentially, if that's out there. Bullpen, we're going to lose Matt Strom. We definitely could use a bullpen piece. Backup catcher, unless we just let De La Cruz do that, which that's a possibility. Jorge Mateo, we could look to move. I mean, offensively, I think we're good. We'll have to see what's out there. So I'm going to get to work on this third and final season. Anyway, we missed the playoffs the first season. We made the playoffs the second season. Can we do it again the third season? About to find out. So we went out and signed a few bullpen arms. Didn't really do a whole lot this offseason because this team performed well overall. We did sign A.J. Puck, who had a solid year with the D-backs last year, 2.66 ERA to a 2-year deal. We also signed Jose Quijada, who's also had a fantastic season last year. So we had 2 big arms of this bullpen after losing Matt Strom. And I think this bullpen has still performed well, even with a loss to him. Rotation's still the same. We do have Roger Measle as our backup catcher, which I think we just drafted this guy and not really too mad at it. Like, his stats aren't bad. Like, for a backup, he's got good contact. So we'll see how he performs. And everything else, we're pretty much set. So let's see how this third and final season goes. We're sitting in a comfortable spot right now. 69-42 is the record. 10.5 games up on the Mariners. We are rolling. Let's take a look and see why we are playing so well. So Lawrence Butler, 15 home runs, 41 RBIs. His numbers are definitely down, but he's probably going to still finish with his consistent 20 home runs around that. So I'm not too mad at it. Jung Ho Lee's had an okay season, 9 home runs, 49 RBIs, hitting 266. Jacob Wilson, great season so far. 19 home runs, 57 RBIs. Junior Caminero, this guy's just a cheat code in this franchise. I mean, 30 home runs already. He's probably going to finish with 40 again. This guy's been amazing. I mean, this has been incredible stuff at this young age. I can imagine if I kept playing this franchise for like another 10 years, how his stats would look. Tyler Soderstrom, going to have a career year this year, 22 home runs, 53 RBIs. Brent Rooker, 20 home runs. He's been consistent, not as good as he was, but he's still been consistent with a 20 home run power. Zach Geloff, not as good power-wise this year, but he's hitting 285. His slugging's high. Like, his numbers aren't bad at all. Miguel Andujar is having a down year, but still hitting 260, but definitely numbers are down from the previous 2 seasons. Shea Langoliers has been disappointing in this franchise. I really thought he'd be one of our big contributors on offense. He just hasn't really been able to replicate 2024. And we look at our bench, Nick Kurtz, he's been consistent. 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. He'll definitely have a better year this year. Jorge Mateo's been better, but that ain't saying much after last season. Roger Measle, I'll take that. 250 average from a backup catcher. And then Ryan Ritter has been solid off the bench. So our lineup overall has not been bad. Take a look at the pitching. Tyler Mahle, about where his numbers usually are, 9-6, 3.55 ERA. Bryce Miller's been fantastic, 9-7, 2.84. Mitch Spence, about where his numbers usually are as well, 3.61 ERA and 5-2 record. John Means continues to be great, 3.18. And then Joey Estes with a 3.99. So the rotation's been getting the job done. We look at Juan Rivera. He's been fantastic, 84 innings of a 2.46 ERA. Caleb Ferguson, down year so far, 4.91 ERA. He's only pitched 3 innings. A.J. Puck has not been as good as I thought after the free agent signing, ERA close to 5. Andrew Nardi has been fantastic, 2.15. Tyler Ferguson, 2.29. Jose Quijada, the free agent acquisition that worked out, 2.73 ERA so far. Hunter Harvey's been fantastic pickup for us, 2.22 ERA. And then Mason Miller's pitching how Mason Miller should be pitching, 2.20 ERA, 36 saves. So what do we need to add to this team? It's a question. Like, we're rolling. There's always a thing I always say, do you mess with the chemistry? We're playing so well right now. Like, do we even bother making a move? Like, it's tough to really debate that sometimes. We're playing so well. 6-9-42. I mean, like, lineup, there's been a few guys that have been disappointing, but overall we've been playing well. We look at the trade block. We bring Matt Chapman back to Oakland. That'd be funny, but no, he's on a decline. Brandon Lau, excuse me. I mean, he's been fantastic, but we already have a second baseman. Do we bring in someone like Josh H. Smith to be off the bench? He's been very productive. Might actually have to look into that. So I'm going to see if there's any trades we can make, and if not, I'll see you guys hopefully in the playoffs. H. Smith, we're going to trade Jared Johnson, a 26-year-old relief pitcher. Cesar Franco, a right fielder who is 25 years old. And we're also going to give them Jorge Mateo, who's basically being replaced by Josh H. Smith, so we add to our bench. We had some league leaders. Junior Caminero with 115 runs driven in. We did get some unfortunate news. Tyler Mahle, out the rest of the season. 6 months, torn rotator cuff. That's a huge loss for our rotation. We're going to have Juan Rivera take over, which he's been very good this season, so maybe he'll be even better than he was, Tyler Mahle. But we'll have to see. We end up finishing with 97 wins, 65 losses, so a huge jump from last year. We win the division. Let's say everybody did before we get this final postseason run and maybe a World Series under our belt. So Lawrence Butler, Mr. Consistent, 22 home runs, 58 RBIs. Yes, his numbers are down, but he's still been consistent. Jung Ho Lee, not a bad season, very similar to last year, 16 home runs. Jacob Wilson with another great season for him, 25 home runs, 84 runs driven in. Junior Caminero with 38 home runs, 115 runs driven in. This guy's, like I said, a cheat code. Tyler Soderstrom, career year, 28 home runs, 70 RBIs. Brent Rooker with 28 home runs, drove in 87. Zach Geloff, down year overall for him, which is unfortunate. 16 home runs, 50 RBIs. Josh H. Smith gave us great production. 13 home runs, 63 RBIs at 273. Shea Langoliers put up 20 home runs, which is great to see. And we look at the bench, Nick Kurtz, 244 average. Miguel Andujar got moved to the bench. Not that he was bad, but Josh H. Smith really just outperformed him. And we look at Roger Measle. I'll take that. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. And then Ryan Ritter didn't perform bad. So overall, the lineup did what they needed to do. We look at the rotation. Bryce Miller is going to be our ace going into this playoff series. 14-9, ERA under 3. Excuse me. Mitch Spence, 3.77 ERA. You'll take that. John Means is another great year. 16 wins with an ERA just over 3. Joey Estes, great bounce back after last year. 3.51 ERA. Then Juan Rivera, pleasant surprise this year. 28 years old, 2.83 ERA. He'll be our 5th starter. Caleb Ferguson with a great bounce back. He only pitched 13 innings, though, which is weird. 2.08 ERA. AJ Puck had a better second half. ERA under 4. Andrew Nardi was lights out. 1.78 ERA. Tyler Ferguson with the ERA under 3. Jose Quijada, ERA under 3. Hunter Harvey, 2.24 ERA. Hans Cross is getting opportunity. I'll move him in that long relief role. And then Mason Miller, 45 saves, 2.22 ERA. So I think we're ready. We're facing the Mariners in a 3-game series here again. So we beat them last season. They won 89 games. Let's see if the former Mariner, Bryce Miller, can shut them down here at home. So here we go. He walks the first hitter, stolen base, doesn't come around to score. 2-out single, error, walk, 3-run bomb by Jorge Polanco. And this game's getting out of hand right here for Bryce Miller. Gives up 7 runs to his former team. Probably shouldn't have took him out, but you hate to burn out the bullpen already. Maybe one more inning out of him here. Brian Wu looking to shut us down. He's giving up 1 run so far. So we're going to have to go to the bullpen early in this series, which is unfortunate. Bases loaded, 1 run scored. Now a grand slam by Jorge Polanco. Oh, boy, this is ugly. I'm going to go ahead and sim our offensive inning because it ain't looking like we're going to get back in this game. Yikes. Okay, we get 2 runs that inning, but, man, that is rough. So Hans Cross giving us summoning, saving the bullpen. He's done a great job. We're going to go to Andrew Nardi here. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, and we just get absolutely destroyed in Game 1. Bryce Miller was not sharp at all against his former team. So if we lose the next game, we're eliminated. We're done. We're cooked. So we got to win this game. We got Mitch Spence on the mounds. Let's see if he can get us to a 1-1 series tied. Mariners get an early run thanks to Yohan Moncada. Let's see if our offense can pick him up here. We do not. Leadoff double. Jorge Polanco has just owned us so far. We cannot get this guy out. George Kirby shutting us down so far. Leadoff single. Strained a lot of base runners. Leadoff triple, single. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, another run scores. It's 6-0. The Mariners' offense has just been spectacular. We got to go to the bullpen already. Tyler Ferguson gives up another run, 7-0. We're going to sim our offensive inning because this is looking like our season's over. 8-0 Mariners. This is just ugly, ladies and gentlemen. AJ Puck in the game. Gets out of the inning. 7 runs of being shut out. Only 3 hits. We get a run. And bottom of the 9th. And we are swept out of the playoffs. Just a disappointing end to this franchise. Let's see who wins the World Series. The Orioles beat the Padres. Go for the Orioles. So, Athletics fans, we did make the playoffs. And that's the best part. At least we made the playoffs, but we didn't really have much success in the playoffs if you count the wild card. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this franchise. We got 2 more left, Mariners and Rangers, and then this is it for the franchise series. Again, I don't know if I'm going to continue it. Might have some other gaming content on the channel. I know NBA 2K comes out in a few months. I don't even know if my crew's even going to be on for that. We'll have to see what's in store for the gaming channel. But if you like professional wrestling, make sure to check out me and my crew's other channel, LTQ Wrestling Crew, in the description below. We post everything professional wrestling. Appreciate the support as always. Peace.